ever feel like, those pre-made D&D worlds that kind of box you in?
Oh, totally.
Like your story is like you're just kind of renting space in someone else's creation,
Yeah, I get that.
Not really making it your own.
Yeah, it's like, I remember this one campaign I was in, and my character was exploring this ancient forest, supposedly ancient forest, and it had all the classic stuff,
Yeah.
the towering trees and the gnarled roots and, whispers on the wind.
Right.
But it felt kind of hollow, like it was just a backdrop, not really like a living, breathing ecosystem.
Yeah, I feel that. But what if we could like build our own world,
Oh, yeah.
Like from scratch, every detail, every little nook and cranny.
That would be amazing.
Well, that's what we're going to be diving into today.
Okay, awesome.
We've got this incredible article from LitRPG Reads
Okay.
by Paul Bello.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-step guide to building your own D&D world from scratch.
Let's do it.
All right, so step 1.
Okay.
This is crucial, right?
Yeah.
This is defining the core concept,
This is the heart of it.
the heart of your world.
The thing that makes it unique.
Yeah, it's got to have that special something
Right.
that makes it stand out.
Exactly.
I like to think of it as like the elevator pitch for your world.
Yeah.
It's that one sentence that would make players instantly go like, I have to play in this world.
Yes. You got it.
So give me some examples.
Okay, so imagine a world where like the sun vanished centuries ago
Whoa.
and civilization clings to the remnants of daylight high atop like colossal trees.
Wow.
Or maybe a world where magic is like intrinsically tied to emotions.
Okay.
So like the stronger the feeling, the more powerful the spell.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just about a cool visual, right?
No.
It's about how that concept like permeates every aspect of the world.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so step 2.
Okay.
This is all about laying the foundation,
Yes.
building the geography of your world.
We're getting somewhere now.
Yeah, it's like creating the canvas for your masterpiece, right?
Uh-huh.
So think about it.
Okay.
Are there towering mountain ranges that like isolate communities?
Oh, yeah.
Do vast deserts test the limits of survival?
Could be.
Maybe your world is dominated by a single colossal city,
Ooh.
like a testament to lost empires and forgotten magic,
I like that.
right?
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
Endless.
And speaking of lost empires,
Oh, here we go.
step 3 is all about crafting history and lore.
This is where it gets fun.
Right, because what's a world without stories?
Boring.
It's just a bunch of rocks and trees.
Exactly.
You need those stories
We need that depth.
to give it that richness. So it's about creating this tapestry of events,
Mm. Yes.
that have shaped the world into what it is today.
Like scars on the land.
Yeah, think about it. Cataclysmic wars,
Mm.
forgotten dynasties,
Ooh.
maybe even the rise and fall of gods,
Wow. I'm listening.
Maybe there's a legend of a lost city swallowed by the desert sands,
Oh, that's cool.
or a prophecy foretelling the return of an ancient evil.
Chill.
Right.
Yeah.
These stories, they don't just add depth.
Nope.
They provide like endless fodder for adventures.
Totally agree.
All right, so now we move on to step 4.
Okay.
This is where we get to the heart of a truly vibrant world,
Okay. Let's hear it.
defining cultures and factions.
This is where it comes alive.
Right, this is where we start to see those grand historical events reflected in the everyday lives of the people.
It's all connected.
Right.
Yeah.
So think about it,
Okay.
you might have nomadic tribes
Mhm.
who wander the vast plains,
I can picture it.
their traditions shaped by generations of survival against the elements.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
Or perhaps there's a reclusive monastic order
Okay.
dedicated to preserving ancient knowledge in a world teetering on the brink of chaos.
Ooh. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't forget about factions.
Oh, yeah.
These are the organizations that drive the political landscape.
They make things happen.
Right. You might have a secretive thieves guild pulling strings from the shadows,
Classic.
a powerful merchant consortium controlling trade routes,
Always gotta have those.
or a knightly order sworn to protect the realm.
The noble protectors.
Right. So it's like this giant game of chess,
Oh, yeah.
with all these different players vying for power and influence.
That's what makes it interesting.
And that brings us to step 5,
Hit me with it.
establishing power and conflict.
Here we go, the good stuff.
Right? Because what's a good story without a little tension?
Gotta have conflict.
Exactly. So this is where we define who truly holds the reins of power in your world,
Who's calling the shots?
right? Is it a wise and benevolent monarch?
A classic good guy.
A council of cunning politicians?
Ooh, intrigue.
Or perhaps a shadowy cabal operating from the shadows.
Now we're talking.
Right. Or maybe it's something completely unexpected.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
A powerful AI that has subtly taken control.
Wow.
Or a network of oracles who guide the world through cryptic prophecies.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So the key is to create a power structure that's both believable and intriguing.
Definitely.
And once you've established who's in charge,
Okay.
it's time to sprinkle in some conflict.
Yes.
Right.
Gotta have that tension.
So are there simmering tensions between different cultures?
Oh, yeah. Could be.
Is a rebellion brewing against a tyrannical ruler?
Classic.
Or maybe an ancient evil is stirring,
Ooh, scary.
threatening to plunge the world into darkness.
The stakes are high.
Right.
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
Endless conflict.
Okay, so we've got the stage set,
Mm-hmm.
the history's written,
Yeah.
the power dynamics are in place,
Okay.
but a world is nothing without its inhabitants.
We need people.
Right.
Characters.
Exactly. So step 6
Okay.
is all about populating your world with memorable NPCs.
These are the folks that make it real.
Right. These are those non-player characters that breathe life into your creation.
They're the backbone.
And I'm not just talking about quest givers. I'm talking about characters with depth,
Uh-huh.
with personalities, flaws, and aspiration.
I like real people.
I think of them as like mini stories waiting to be told.
Yeah.
So you might have, like a grizzled old warrior who's seen too many battles,
Oh, yeah.
a cunning merchant with secrets to trade,
Always a good one.
or a mysterious hermit who possesses forbidden knowledge.
Ooh, intriguing.
Right. And don't forget about the creatures.
Oh, yeah, the monsters.
Fantastical beasts roam your world.
This is the fun part.
Are there fearsome dragons guarding ancient treasures?
Classic.
Mischievous goblins lurking in the shadows?
Gotta have those.
Or maybe there are creatures unique to your world,
Oh, like what?
like a species of intelligent plants that communicate through telepathy,
Wow.
or crystalline beings that embody pure magical energy.
That's cool.
The possibilities are limitless.
Endless creatures.
And as we populate our world with characters and creatures,
Yes.
we can't forget about the forces that shape their lives.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
So that brings us to step 7,
Oh,
defining magic and technology.
the building blocks.
Right, this is where things get really interesting.
Let's dive in.
Is magic a common force woven into the fabric of everyday life?
Could be.
Or is it a closely guarded secret,
Ooh.
practiced only by a select few?
A hidden power.
Maybe magic in your world is unpredictable and wild.
Oh.
Its effects as likely to be beneficial as they are disastrous.
Chaotic magic.
Or perhaps it's a rigid and structured system,
Okay.
with strict rules and rituals governing its use.
Controlled magic.
Right, and let's not forget about technology.
Oh, yeah.
Is your world on the cusp of an industrial revolution?
Steampunk.
Maybe with steam-powered contraptions and clockwork automatons.
I love clockwork.
Or maybe they're remnants of a lost civilization that possessed advanced technology far beyond anything known today.
Ooh, ancient tech.
And imagine the possibilities when magic and technology collide.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe there are airships powered by enchanted crystals, or weapons that blend sorcery and engineering.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
Endless combinations.
All right, so we've got a world teeming with life, magic, and intrigue.
We're getting there.
But where do our heroes actually begin their adventure?
Ah, good question.
That's the focus of step 8,
Okay.
creating a starting location.
The jumping off point.
This is where we set the stage for the player's journey.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
It could be a bustling port city teeming with opportunities,
Lots of
a
action.
sleepy village nestled in a remote valley,
Quiet beginnings.
or even a crumbling ruin whispered to hold ancient secrets.
Full of mystery.
Think about those iconic locations from your favorite fantasy stories.
Okay, like what?
Like the Shire from Lord of the Rings,
Oh, yeah.
Hogwarts from Harry Potter.
Classic.
Those places are more than just settings.
Right.
They're practically characters in their own right.
They have personality.
And your starting location should be equally evocative. It should hint at the wider world pique the player's curiosity and make him eager to explore.
I agree.
So maybe they start in a tavern bustling with shady characters and whispers of adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Or perhaps they awaken in a forgotten temple with no memory of who they are or how they got there.
Ooh, amnesia.
Right.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
So many starting points.
And that brings us to one of the most crucial aspects of world building,
What's that?
making sure the world feels dynamic and responsive to the player's actions.
Oh, that's important.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's step 9.
Okay.
Planning for player impact.
This is where it gets interactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is where we move beyond a static backdrop
Uh-huh.
and create a world that truly feels alive.
It reacts to them.
It's about making the players feel like their choices matter, that their actions have consequences that ripple outward, shaping the course of events.
That's how you get them invested.
Right. So, for example, let's say your players decide to overthrow a tyrannical baron.
Okay.
That's great. But what happens next?
Good question.
Does a power vacuum lead to a civil war?
Oh, could be.
Do neighboring kingdoms see an opportunity to invade?
Possibly.
Or perhaps the baron's removal unleashes a hidden threat that was kept in check by their rule.
Ooh, a twist.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like a chain reaction,
A domino effect.
with each player decision setting off a cascade of consequences that shape the world around them.
The butterfly effect.
And finally, we arrive at step 10,
The final step.
tying it all together.
Bringing it all home.
We've spent all this time crafting intricate details.
Yeah.
But now it's time to step back and see the bigger picture.
The grand scheme.
How do all these elements, the history, the geography, the cultures, the conflicts, come together to create a cohesive and compelling whole?
It's all got to fit.
It's like weaving a tapestry with each thread contributing to the final masterpiece.
A beautiful image.
But remember, this tapestry is never truly finished.
Oh.
That's one of the most exciting things about world building.
What is it?
It's an ongoing process, a constant evolution
Okay.
as your players explore, interact, and leave their mark on the world.
That's what keeps it fresh.
So-
Yeah.
We've laid a lot of groundwork here today,
We have.
and I think it's time to
what?
take a little breather,
Okay.
catch our breath.
Sounds good.
We'll be back soon to delve a little deeper into some specific techniques and strategies for bringing your D&D world to life.
I can't wait.
All right, see you in a bit.
See you then. Welcome back. All right, so we've laid the groundwork.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the mountains and the magic. But how do you make them matter
Right.
to the players?
It's like the difference between reading a travel brochure and like actually stepping foot in a foreign land.
Exactly.
You want them to feel the grit beneath their fingernails, smell the spices in the market,
Oh,
hear the murmur of a language they don't understand.
you got it.
That's what makes it real.
So one technique that really works for me
Okay.
is introducing constraints.
Constraints.
Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but limitations can actually breed creativity.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So instead of a world overflowing with magic,
Right.
maybe it's scarce and precious,
Okay.
or perhaps technology is highly regulated.
Uh-huh.
You know, only certain guilds are permitted to tinker with clockwork,
I like that.
right?
Okay.
Suddenly, your players aren't just adventurers.
Right.
They're navigating a world with real stakes.
Right.
That simple spell they used to cast without a thought.
Yeah.
Now it might cost them dearly, forcing them to think strategically
Okay.
and make tough choices.
That's brilliant.
Right.
It adds like a whole new layer of depth and consequence.
Exactly.
Okay, so what other tricks do you have up your sleeve?
Well, time manipulation is another one.
Ooh, time manipulation.
Yeah, don't be afraid to fast forward or rewind the clock,
Okay.
giving your players glimpses of the world's past
Uh-huh.
or future.
I like that.
So maybe they uncover ruins from a civilization that mastered genetic engineering,
Whoa.
leaving behind these creatures both wondrous and terrifying.
Okay.
Or perhaps they find prophecies hinting at a future where the world is consumed by a magical ice age.
Wow.
Right? These glimpses into different eras,
Yeah.
they not only add layers of mystery, but they also inspire questions.
Right. Like, how did that civilization fall?
Questions.
Can the prophecy be averted?
Right.
Suddenly they're like piecing together a grand puzzle.
Yeah.
And the stakes feel even higher.
Exactly.
Okay, that's really cool.
And speaking of puzzles,
Yes.
how do we engage those senses you mentioned earlier?
Oh, right.
The ones that really immerse a player in
Yeah.
a world?
How do we do that?
Don't underestimate the power of sensory details.
Okay.
So instead of just saying, you enter a bustling market,
Right.
describe the cacophony of vendors hawking their wares,
Oh, yeah.
the pungent aroma of exotic spices, the vibrant tapestry of fabrics from distant lands.
Okay, I love that.
Right.
What about sound?
Oh, yes, sound is great.
Like maybe in a city built on a network of underground tunnels.
Okay.
There's this constant low hum
Uh-huh.
that only those who live there have learned to ignore.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a certain forest is haunted by an unsettling silence. broken only by the rustle of unseen creatures.
That's creepy.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's little touches, that transform a setting into an experience.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to draw inspiration from the real world.
Yeah.
Mythology, history, even your own cultural heritage.
I like that.
These can be fantastic sources of inspiration.
So, like, maybe my world's pantheon of gods is inspired by ancient Celtic mythology,
Okay.
but with my own unique twist on their powers and personalities.
Yeah.
Or perhaps I base a society's customs on the traditions of a real-world indigenous tribe, exploring their relationship with nature and the spirits of the land.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, it's all about blending those elements together to create something familiar yet new.
Right.
Grounding your world in a sense of realism
Yeah.
while still sparking the imagination.
This is making me realize that world building
Yeah,
is a constant process of discovery,
absolutely.
both for the creator and the players.
Totally.
But how do we ensure that players feel like they're not just visitors in this world,
That's a good point.
but active participants
Right.
shaping its destiny?
It's about player agency.
Player agency, okay.
Yeah, we want their choices to have real weight, consequences that ripple outward and change the course of history.
So, like, if my players decide to side with a rebellion
Okay.
against a corrupt empire, if they succeed,
Yeah.
maybe that leads to a new age of prosperity and innovation.
A golden age.
But if they fail,
Uh-oh.
perhaps that same empire tightens its grip,
Okay.
ushering in an era of darkness and oppression.
High stakes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be world-altering events every time.
No.
Maybe their decision to save a village from bandits results in that village becoming a loyal ally,
Oh, cool.
offering them shelter and supplies in the future.
Nice.
Or perhaps their choice to betray a powerful wizard
Ooh.
leads to them being hunted across the land.
That's a consequence.
Right. So it's all about,
Yeah.
giving them those choices that have real impact.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're giving players agency to impact the world.
Yes.
But how do we make sure they're driven to explore it?
Ooh, good question.
How do we keep them on the edge of their seats,
Keep them guessing.
eager to see what's around the next corner?
It's all about foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Okay. You gotta sprinkle those little hints,
Okay.
those breadcrumbs that lead them down intriguing paths.
Like what?
So maybe an NPC mentions a hidden city shrouded in legend,
Ooh, a hidden city.
or the players stumble upon ancient murals depicting a forgotten ritual that could hold immense power.
I like that.
Great.
What if they find a map
Oh, yeah.
with strange symbols?
A treasure map.
Or hear rumors of a creature unlike anything they've ever encountered?
Ooh, that's cool.
It's like we're planting seeds of curiosity
exactly.
that will blossom into full-blown adventures.
That's the goal.
And those seeds can take many forms, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe it's a prophecy whispered by a fortune teller, a strange inscription on a forgotten tomb,
Ooh.
or even a recurring dream that haunts one of the player characters.
That's creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
Endless mysteries.
I'm picturing my world as like a giant puzzle box
Okay.
filled with secrets and mysteries just waiting to be unlocked.
And the players have the key.
And the players are the ones holding the key.
Exactly. And speaking of unlocking secrets,
Yes.
we can't forget about conflict.
Oh, conflict, of course.
It's the engine that drives most stories. And your D&D world is no exception. We've talked about wars, rebellions, ancient evils,
Right.
but conflict can take so many forms.
True. It's not always about those like epic battles and
Uh-huh.
world-ending threats.
Sometimes the most compelling conflicts are deeply personal.
Okay.
You know, those internal struggles that tear at character's soul?
Interesting.
Imagine a paladin forced to choose
Okay.
between their oath of justice and their loyalty to a friend who has strayed from the righteous path,
Oh, that's tough.
right? Or a rogue torn between their desire for wealth
Tough.
and their growing compassion for the people they're supposed to be exploiting.
Mm-mm.
These internal conflicts
Yeah.
add so much depth and nuance to the characters, makes them feel more real and relatable.
Right.
And those internal conflicts can spill over into the external world,
Mhm.
creating ripple effects that impact the entire campaign.
Right.
Maybe a character's moral dilemma
Yeah.
leads them to make a decision that sparks a war,
Wow.
or their quest for redemption forces them to confront a powerful enemy they would have otherwise avoided.
Okay.
Right.
This is making me rethink the whole concept of conflict in
Yeah.
my games.
It's not just about throwing monsters at them.
Right. It's about crafting challenges that test their skills, their beliefs,
Yeah.
and their very identities.
Exactly. And those challenges don't always have to fit the traditional mold.
Okay, what do you mean?
Instead of the typical dungeon crawl,
Right.
maybe your players have to navigate a complex political intrigue,
Okay.
using their wits and social skills to outmaneuver their rivals.
Interesting.
Or perhaps they're tasked with preventing an ecological disaster,
Yeah.
using their knowledge of the natural world and their connections with powerful nature spirits to restore balance to a threatened ecosystem.
I like that.
Right? These unconventional challenges
Mm-hmm.
force players to think strategically and utilize different skills.
Yeah.
Keep things fresh and engaging for everyone involved.
So we've talked about conflicts and challenges.
Yes.
But what about the rewards?
Oh, the rewards, of course.
It's D&D. We can't forget about the loot.
Ah, yes, the loot. But remember, rewards aren't always about material possessions.
Sure.
You got to think about the things that truly motivate your players' characters.
Right.
Maybe it's the recognition of a powerful king,
Okay.
access to a lost library filled with forbidden knowledge,
Yeah.
or even the chance to forge a lasting alliance with a race of intelligent creatures.
I love that.
Right.
It's about giving them something that resonates with their characters' personal goals and aspirations.
Exactly.
And those intangible rewards
Yeah.
often have ripple effects that shape the world around them.
They do.
Maybe that alliance with the intelligent creatures grants them access to powerful magic, or opens up new trade routes,
Could be.
or perhaps that recognition from the king elevates their social standing,
Okay.
giving them influence in political circles
Yeah.
and opening doors to new opportunities.
It changes their place in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about creating a sense of meaningful progression,
Absolutely.
where the player's actions not only impact the world, but also enrich their own character stories.
Exactly.
This whole conversation has been a revelation.
Good.
I'm seeing my world-building process in a whole new light.
Awesome.
It's not just about creating a setting.
Right.
It's about crafting an intricate ecosystem
Yeah.
of stories, challenges, and rewards.
It's all connected.
And it's an ecosystem that thrives on the player's involvement.
Absolutely.
Remember, world building is a collaborative process.
It's a team effort.
You provide the foundation, the players bring the chaos,
Yeah.
and together you create something truly magical.
That's the beauty of it.
This has been incredible.
It has.
I feel like I've leveled up my DM skills just by listening to you.
Oh, me too.
But
Yeah.
before we get too carried away,
Okay.
there's one more crucial element we need to explore. The art of weaving those unseen elements,
Unseen element.
those whispers and secrets that lurk beneath the surface of your world. Okay, you've definitely piqued my curiosity.
Good.
Tell me more. So we've built this awesome world,
Yeah,
right?
it's thrilling.
Full of life and intrigue and all that.
You've done good work.
But how do we make it feel like there's more than meets the eye?
Okay.
Like there are secrets just kind of hidden beneath the surface,
Oh, I like this.
just waiting to be uncovered.
It's all about that sense of mystery.
Oh.
Those unseen currents that flow beneath the surface. Think of it like an iceberg.
Oh.
You only see the tip,
Right.
but there's so much more underneath.
I like that analogy.
Right.
So what kind of unseen elements are we talking about here?
Well, it could be like a prophecy
Okay.
that's whispered in hushed tones.
Okay.
A prophecy that foretells some like cataclysmic event
Mm.
or the return of a long forgotten evil.
Oh.
Maybe everybody knows about it,
Right.
but nobody dares speak its name aloud.
That's creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
What about secret societies
Yeah.
operating in the shadows? Pulling strings, manipulating events from behind the scenes.
I like that.
Maybe the players uncover clues to their existence,
Okay.
like a cryptic symbol carved into a wall,
Oh.
or a whispered conversation overheard in a darkened alley.
Oh, yeah.
Those little hints
Yeah.
can spark their imaginations
Right.
and send them down a rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole of investigation.
Exactly. And the truth they uncover
Yeah.
might be far stranger and more dangerous
Oh.
than they ever imagined.
This is making me think about all the different ways
Yeah.
that we can weave those unseen elements into our games.
Right.
Like maybe it's a seemingly insignificant NPC
Okay.
who just lets slip a cryptic remark,
Mm-hmm.
or a hidden chamber discovered beneath a seemingly ordinary bleeding,
Ooh.
or perhaps it's a recurring dream
Oh, yeah.
that plagues one of the player characters.
Okay.
A dream that hints at a forgotten past
Mm.
or a destiny yet to be fulfilled.
I like that.
So many possibilities.
Endless.
I'm starting to think of my world as like a tapestry,
Okay.
woven with hidden threads.
I like that.
And as the players explore,
Yeah.
they kind of pull at those threads, unraveling secrets.
Uncovering.
And uncovering layers of depth that they never knew existed.
And those revelations can be really impactful. They can shift their understanding of the world and force them to reevaluate their choices.
Like what?
Maybe they discover that the benevolent king they've been serving is actually a puppet ruler controlled by a shadowy cabal. Wow. Or perhaps they learn that the ancient artifact they're seeking is not a weapon of power, but a key to preventing a world-ending catastrophe.
Okay, this is blowing my mind.
Right?
It's like we're building a world within a world.
Exactly.
A hidden layer of intrigue and mystery that adds so much depth
and complexity.
To the player's experience.
It makes it richer.
And that's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it.
It's a constant process of discovery.
For everyone.
For both the DM and the players.
Right.
You know, as you create these unseen elements, you're essentially planting seeds of intrigue.
Yeah.
That'll grow into something truly remarkable.
They will blossom.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
You know, we've explored the nuts and bolts of world building.
We have.
From crafting compelling core concepts to weaving intricate tapestries of history, culture, and conflict.
It's all connected.
We've delved into the power of player agency, the importance of sensory details, and the art of foreshadowing.
And of course, those unseen elements.
We've uncovered the hidden depths of our worlds.
Revealed the secrets.
Revealing those unseen elements that add layers of mystery and intrigue to every adventure.
It's been a good deep dive.
A huge thank you to Paul Bello and LitRPG Reads for the insightful article that sparked this amazing discussion.
They gave us a lot to think about.
It's been a treasure trove of inspiration and guidance.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to share your own world-building ideas and experiences in the comments below.
What unique twists
and hidden depths
have you woven into your D&D world?
We want to hear from you.
We can't wait to hear your stories.
Until next time,
keep those imaginations soaring.
Those dice rolling.
And remember, the most incredible worlds are often those with the deepest secrets waiting to be uncovered.
Exactly.